Hey, what's up, everybody? Brian from BG 90 Day. As you can see, we're coming at you from the home gym today. Little bit different type of video, but I think this is very relevant for a ton of people. Some people, they maybe have been working out for a while and are proficient in various forms of exercise. Maybe they have like a really good bench press. Maybe they're good at rucking. They can pull horizontally, maybe really well. They have a good squat, but there's one movement that they just can't get. What is it? Pull-ups typically. Vertical pulling is very challenging, okay, for a variety of subsets of people. I would say when it comes to females, that is probably the best strength assessment out there. If you just wanted to keep things really simple and you want to see how strong a certain woman was, how many pull-ups can you do? Okay. If you can do like more than two, I would say for females, you're in like the top 2%. Most females cannot do one good one. So like I'm saying, like if you can do two, general population, adult female, I'd say that's really good. Even though strength comes a little bit easier for males, still for males, it's going to be harder because males are normally bigger. So you got more weight to pull. So even for males, it's not going to be easy for you. Let's go over it. Okay, so let's start. Let me grab the PVC pipe. All right, let's just get the scapula and like those rhomboids, shoulders, pecs. Let's just get some blood flow here. So very basic shoulder flossing. Okay, and then we'll just jump right onto the pull-up bar behind me, and we'll get a couple of different things done. We'll get a band going, okay, and then we'll also do something with a straight bar. We'll drop that on the squat rack on those J-cups. Okay, so I'm just going to stretch out a little bit here. Oops, sorry. Normally don't do this at this angle. All right, and just try to loosen up those lats. Make some circles each way here. A lot of blood flow to the upper body. Okay, I'm just going to pull the bar to my chest now, just some pulses. Just try to stick those pecs out. Let the shoulder blades kind of squeeze. Okay. All right, so that's all we need. All right, so we want to make sure we can see the bar, and then if you can see my feet, even better. Okay, so first thing, let's say maybe I'm making this for a dude. It sounds like he can do maybe like one or two, but it's just killing him. He can do all these other things, but pull-ups are like his nemesis. All right, so what would I do? I would start like this. Maybe do a cluster set of 3 or 4 where you're just doing like one pull-up as fast as you can, okay? So granted, the angle is kind of coming up here, but I'm trying to get chin to bar, and I'm trying to stick out my chest. Okay, so this is kind of my posture here. Okay, notice how this is out. Okay, we can't pull like this. This will kill you. You will never do it because you're not using your back muscles. Okay, so we want to be more this way. See, I can squeeze my back, my pelvis, my sternum, everything is forward. So that's the start. Now I can work my back. Okay, if I'm like this, and my hands are maybe like out in front of me, and I'm jumping and I'm pulling like this, you're never going to be able to do it. You're going this way. You're using like shoulder and chest, and you're not using any back. Okay, so let's try to get that set up. Okay, so my feet are still on the ground here. Okay, I got a little bit of room to play with. Okay, now all I would tell you to do is you can vary the intensity with how much you maybe use your lower body. If you need to stand on something, if you're not quite as tall, or the bar is maybe really high, maybe you have like an 8-foot bar in the gym you're training in, just get some type of step or something. Okay, but what I'm trying to do is build a little tension in my back, and then take just one pull-up, chin the bar as fast as you can. Okay, focus on popping that sternum up. Okay, ready? Sternum up, pull. Okay, I'll do 2 more. Sternum up, engage. My feet are barely touching. Pull. Okay, I'll do 1 more. That's my cluster. As fast as I can, engage. pull. And the whole idea is using my back as much as possible. Okay? All right, so that is good if you can kind of like already do one, but it's like, look, I can do two and that's all I got. All right, now let's say like one, you can't even do one. Okay, maybe it's just too hard. Okay, so let's work with that scenario. And even if you can maybe do two or three, this could still work for you too. Okay, let's go this way. We're gonna start at the top. Okay, and then we're just gonna lower down. We're just gonna hit a super basic eccentric. Okay, and then I'll show you how we can kind of progress that. So I'm gonna climb up here. I'm gonna kind of stick my chest out. I wanna load those muscles in my back. And now the trick to this is I gotta jump my feet off at the same time. Let me show you what you don't wanna do. You don't wanna do this. Okay, you're gonna be loading one side. It's probably gonna be your strong side. So once you get up there, your chin's above the bar. You're gonna like angle your gaze upward, stick your chest out, along with kind of like the pelvis. The pelvis is coming out as well. So I'm almost kind of like leaning back. I jump my feet off at the same time. 5-second lowering. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm down. Okay, so that's another one. We may want to try like 3 to 5 reps there. Okay, so eccentric lowering, it can be a great way to build up the concentric. Okay, so we're starting at the top. We got to make sure we know what it's like to be at the top. So like that's the problem. If I can't do one, our body doesn't know what it's like to be up there. Okay, well, how do we train that? Well, I can't get up there. Okay, so start at the top and then lower yourself down under control. Okay, so that's another method. So we got 2 down. And now notice, we haven't got the band out here yet. We're not standing on a band, catapulting ourselves up. That's one common technique that, hey, you can do it if you want, but I'm not a huge proponent of. Okay, so now another basic drill we can do. It's normally really good at activating the muscles in our back. What can we do? Think I want to pull myself up off the ground. Okay, so right now my feet are like barely on the ground. My heels are up. Okay, my arms are long. I want to pull myself up without really bending my elbows. Okay, so in order to do that, that's what's happening. My shoulder blades are pulling down into my back pockets. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, so if I have to kind of support myself on the ground, or I can do them floating, that's fine. Okay, see how my head's kind of coming, it might be tough from this angle, but my head's coming back. You should be able to see my body's coming up a few inches, but I'm trying to really limit my elbow bending. Okay, so if you can get a set of like 8 to 10, if you need to spot yourself and leave your feet on the ground a little bit, but try to get those shoulder blades coming down. It's all about that scapular depression. That's the first movement. When I come out of the hole, that's the first thing I got to do. It's there. I got to come back. Most people, they're trying to come forward, and they're not using their back muscles at all. They're trying to use these muscles in the front to pull. That's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough. And that, to be honest with you, that's, I think, a lot of people's issue. So those scapular pulls, if you could start tapping into those shoulder blade muscles, okay, you can see my sternum's popping forward, my hips are coming up, my feet are floating right now, but I don't have a ton of elbow bend. Okay, and then I can roll myself into a pull-up because I'm learning how to use these muscles in my back. That's the key. Okay, so let's say, all right, those are good. I maybe need something else I can do where I'm kind of getting like a full range of motion. So think about it. We're working on coming out of the hole. We worked about how to get strong at the top position. So we work the bottom, we work the top, we work some eccentric. What's something else we can do? Okay, so we have a jump, pull, and hold. We can work that. So like, let's say the speed pull-up, those are maybe not quite there yet for it. We talked about that one initially, where we just do one fast pull-up. Okay, let's say like, that doesn't really look great for you right now, okay? It's like, I can barely do one. Okay, so maybe you can barely do one. How many speed pull-ups are you gonna be able to do? Probably not that many. All right, so let's see, maybe we can do 3 or 4. If we kind of jump into it, we pull and we hold at the top. Okay, so maybe I can get a few here. So I'm kind of using my lower body, and I'm trying to train that top position, similar to the eccentric, but with a concentric. So I'm still pulling myself up. I'm not starting at the top. So it's a little bit different. Threefold. I'm going to jump, pull, hold. Okay, let's say I do one more. Okay. All right, so that's like 4 options or so, right? Let's give me a couple more. Let's say, if you have a lat pull down, sure, you can do lat pull downs. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Let's say maybe you're training at home though, or you just have like a pull-up bar you're hanging in your doorway. Maybe you don't like the gym, especially for this one, because it's like, it gives me anxiety. Okay. Here's what we can do. We can just take a band. This is a little bit heavier tubing. Okay, and I can just pull down here. You can see I'm kind of seated. And I'm focusing on just sticking my chest out and getting a squeeze at the bottom. Okay, so now what I can do, let's angle this down just a bit more, since we're focusing on the bottom a bit, is now I can like, all right, so now let's take off a couple of these. So I'm going to lower myself down to the ground. Maybe I can get my arms a little bit longer, and I can get a good squeeze sticking my chest out. Okay, so now it's just a couple. Stick the chest out. If I stick my thumbs out, I tell people you should be able to pierce your ears. Squeeze. 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 Okay, and then we can maybe even build up. Very easy progression. Now I just kind of get rid of the box. Now I'm almost in a V sit here. Okay, so I'm going to come down. I'm in my V sit. Okay, I'm going to angle my gaze upward. I'm going to pull my elbows down. I'm going to pull my elbows down. Building tension in my back. Focus on the squeeze in that bottom position. All right, let's get 2 more. 1 more. Okay. All right, so now that is a good one to get a full range of motion. So it's kind of like a homemade lat pull down with a little bit heavier tubing. You know, here's another good option. If you have like a squat rack, great. This will obviously work well. Okay, so I can now bring the bar down a bit. All right, here's another good protocol. I use this one a lot with people, especially if you do like a total body workout. This might be a good one to start implementing. Okay, so maybe you like have a workout split where you do like, I do squat protocol, I do some hinging, I do pushing, and then like maybe you do some rows, and you're like, you try to do pull-ups, but you can't do them. So you're like, well, I don't know what to do. I can't do them. I'm just going to do something else. Okay, so I would say, especially after you squat, give this one a try. Okay, you can see the bar is like just below my chin. I'm going to put my hands where I feel most powerful. I'm going to drop down as low as I can, one leg out in front, and my plant leg, so my right leg here, I'm gonna pick my heel up. So my heel is, I'm not like this. I'm not out in front. See, my foot's flat, my heel's down. No, my heel's gonna be up, and I'm gonna pull. 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 So I'm assisting myself with my right leg, okay? But if I just got done squatting, and these muscles are fatigued, and I start getting a burn in that medialis right above my knee, I know I'm pushing too much through there. So that's gonna cue my brain to hopefully emphasize my pulling muscles. Okay, so I'd say try to get 3 to 5. Okay, so normally for a lot of my people, it's like 4 and 4, I'll recommend. And we've already done some squats. So my quads are a little fatigued. I'm gonna pull, I'm standing on hot concrete, is another term I'll use. Don't burn your foot off. You wanna, if you could, take your foot with you. Okay, so we're gonna let you support off one leg, and then you may see like maybe you have a little bit of imbalance from side to side. That might be like another good like assessment for you. So those would be some things I would try if pull-ups are really hard, okay? Maybe you can't do one, or maybe you could do one, but it's not that good. Or it's like, hey, I could do 2, but that's like all I can do. And if I get fatigued, like that second one, the rep isn't really that great. Like, how do I get better at this? Those would be like 5 or 6 ways to do it without like just getting like standard band out there and doing like assisted pull-ups. Like, if you want to do that, I think I would say that's okay. If you're training at home though, be careful. 1, depending on how you attach it, you can snap yourself. Doesn't feel great. Or 2, I'm a professional at breaking bands. It eats your band up. Okay, so if it's your own band, especially, you're going to end up breaking that thing. I'm just telling you from experience. So I would look at those as better alternatives. Any questions? DM me anytime. I'll be posting this on the website at bg90dayfitnessplans.com. Like I said, any questions? DM me. Get at me on those socials, and let's keep crushing those pull-ups. I'll see you guys in the next video.